the lead, we have Hatsu and Dejima, both with 10 wins and 1 loss. Dejima there, looking very serious. Behind them, Wakanosato with 9 wins. Behind him, Takami Sakai and Takanotsuru with 8 wins and 3 losses. Well, the basho's starting to focus down now. Slip-ups here will be much more important than earlier in the basho. We go to the first of our bouts of the 12th day. It's between Tochinohana, Kinkaiyama. Kinkaiyama, otherwise known as Kinchang. In the sumo, he's Juryo. So he's moved up in order to pad out the bottom of the Maegashira division. Been forward in the Makuuchi division before, but wasn't quite strong enough to stay there. But it's Kinkaiyama there who drives Tochinohana over the edge. 6th win for Kinkaiyama and 7th loss for Tochinohana. The winning wrestler stays in the corner and assists the oncoming wrestler. Losing wrestler just gets out of it, and it's the yobidashi, the attendant, who assists the new wrestler coming on. Akinoshima only got 2 wins so far. 35 years old, feeling his age perhaps. He's also from the Futoyama stable. He will have been hit by Takanohana's retirement. But he comes out, locks in tight. Jumonji struggling a little bit there. It's the overarm grip of Akinoshima's that looks the more powerful of the two. He's leaning in, and that's it. As Jumonji maneuvers, his leg crumples with the weight of Akinoshima bearing down on him. So that's 8th loss for Jumonji, and Makikoshi 3rd win for Akinoshima. Well, he's not doing at all well. The Juryo division is staring him in the face. He said that he will not be demoted to that. He'll retire rather than fight in the Juryo. The wrestlers, they wipe themselves in the corner with the Chikaragami. It's the power paper. Take a swig of water with the Chikaramizu. It's the water. Then they come into the ring. Well, it's a nice open bout. Lots of pushes and shoves. Not too clear yet, but it's Kotoryu who's locking on tight, drives Kasuganishiki to the edge. We're going to see some stomach thrust now. There goes the stomach, and there goes the sideways movement. They never push them straight over the edge. Get them to the edge and then take them obliquely over. Kotoryu gets his 8th win and Kachikoshi. So already better than his previous basho, where he only managed to get 7 wins. And that was the 6th loss for Kasuganishiki. Tochinonada, said by many to be like Kaio, he's either very weak or he's very strong. This time he seems to be on a strong streak. Started off with 4 straight losses, but then since then he's been winning every bout since. So he's on a bit of a roll, and there he disposes of Hokutoriki without too many troubles. Hokutoriki getting his 8th loss, and Makikoshi. And that was 8th win for Tochinonada and Kachikoshi. Now Kyokushuzan scatters a little bit of salt into the ring to purify. Kasugao does the same thing. Korean versus a Mongolian, very much the sign of the times now. Japanese press describes these foreigners as hungry fighter, said to have more spirit in them than the homegrown variety. They've been reared on the easy times of the Japan's economic boom. These, in a way, are the economic migrants that come from Mongolia and Korea or wherever in order to win fame and fortune in the sumo ring. So Kyokushuzan wins that one. 6th win for him, 4th loss for Kasugao. Otsuka against Aminishiki, who seems to have injured his elbow, I think, in his previous bout. Well taped up there by the look of it. Comes out, leads with a head, because he's not doing too much with that left arm of his. Well, No, I take those back. He's didn't seem to have affected him that much. And there's the leg grab in the middle of all that pushing and shoving. Very effective move, as we've seen with Asashoryu. Aminishiki takes his third win. But it seems like, having beaten Takanohana, he's run out of steam since then. Almost run out of steam. Not doing at all well since that moment. Tokitsuumi against Wakanoyama. These two have had 10 head-to-heads in the past. Tokitsuumi's won 6 of them. So Wakanoyama comes out harder and faster, whacks in the head, takes the arm over the top, the Iwate grip on the far side, and uses that to shove Tokitsuumi over the edge with yorikiri. Well, the action is fast and furious. It's about to decided in seconds. Everything focuses down to that tremendous surge of energy right at the beginning of each bout. There's a lot of people here watching the sumo. Difficult to say how it's going to go after Takanohana's retirement. He and his brother prop sumo up for a long run, something like 666 days. What is known as the Wakanohana and Takanohana boom, the Wakataka boom. Well, they're both out of it now. But sumo will roll on. There's some exciting sumo men now. Asashoryu certainly is a force to be reckoned with. Kotonowaka here against Gojoro. They fought twice before. Kotonowaka won those 2. Kotonowaka takes his time winning there, leans on the lighter wrestler, nudges him over the edge with yorikiri. Kotonowaka, it has to be said, is quite often better in his second week of the basho. So start is not so good, finish is a bit better. Dejima coming into the ring. He's a man who had very bad calf problems. He had tendonitis of the calf, among other problems, but seems to be back on track. His previous basho, he got 10 wins. Already he's got 10 wins. Comes out, leads with a head, leans in hard. But it's Takanotsuru who starts to drive him back. Dejima looking for the edge, but skids away, and Takanotsuru takes the win. 9th win for him. He's getting very close to a tournament prize in his debut in the Makuuchi. And Dejima drops away from the lead. Asashoryu now doesn't look too fussed at that one. But if he wins, that'll put him solely in the lead. Tamanoshima, 150 kilos. Kyokutenho, 150 kilos. Kyokutenho with 7 wins, needs a win here to get Kachikoshi. Comes out, goes to the shoulders, then very quickly drops to the belt, then tries a head pull down, then locks onto the belt again, and then forces Tamanoshima to the edge and eventually over. Quite a nice flow to his sumo there, from one thing to another. Very light touch on the shoulders, then straight down to the belt, then up. 2 hands on the back of the neck to try a pull down. 8th win for Kyokutenho and Kachikoshi. Toki got 9 losses in a row so far against Tosanoumi. These two have fought 6 times. Tosanoumi's won 4 of them. Tosanoumi closing him down, drives him to the edge of the ring and over. 6th win for Tosanoumi, 10th loss for Toki. Toki said there's no particular reason why he's losing, he just is. Can't do his own sumo, his own style of sumo. Takanonami against Iwakiyama. These two have never fought, both around the 170 kilo mark, both quite tall. Interesting to see how the newcomer Iwakiyama fights the taller man. Well, he's got one arm in very deep. And being tall, it might make it more difficult for Takanonami to do that arm lock hold of his, but no, goes for the very classical Yotsu sumo there. Locks in over the top with the Iwate hold, the overarm hold, and just drives Iwakiyama straight out. 6th win for Takanonami, 7th loss for Iwakiyama. Well, this will be a good one. Two men with nicknames, sumo nicknames. It's Robocop fights Popeye Wakanosato, otherwise affectionately known, it must be said, as Popeye because of his walk, and also Takumi Sakari because of his walk. Takumi Sakari 135 kilos, Wakanosato 160, quite a weight difference. Takumi Sakari, awkward wrestler, skillful as well and powerful. Wakanosato probably more powerful. And they lean into each other. It's the inside grip that Takumi Sakari takes, but he tries to get the other arm inside. Always a dodgy moment. Tries to get the two arms on the inside, and Wakanosato closes him off and takes him over the edge at the same time. Wakanosato takes his 10th win. Very good basho for him. And that was the 4th loss for Takumi Sakari. Well, these two are both graduates of the great amateur sumo university, Nichidai. Though Kaiho's some 3 years ahead of him, so he'll be senpai. Probably they barely crossed over, maybe only 1 year when they were both training in the same place. But it's Kotomitsuki there who takes it, the younger man at 26 years old, Kaiho at 29. It's an oshidashi win there by Kotomitsuki that gives him his 8th win and kachikoshi. Now we have Asashoryu, but if he loses this one, he'll level up with Dejima, who lost his bout on this 12th day. Here fighting Shimotori. They fought twice before. Asashoryu's won both times. So if Asashoryu takes this one, he will be solely in the lead, although only 1 win ahead of Dejima. Still fairly close. So nice, good, fast start there, but it's the lower grip of Asashoryu that starts to drive Shimotori back, and there's some fast and furious thrusts. Sends the Shimotori flying over the edge. Asashoryu demonstrating again, seems to have got over that awkwardness of his injury that he had against Kaiho. You can see him driving hard, push to the throat, push to the body, and Shimotori goes flying into the audience. Up the ranks, it's Ozeki now, Musayama against Sekiwaki, new Sekiwaki, Takanowaka. These two have fought 12 times, Musayama's won 11 of them, so let's see how Takanowaka on the left there will handle this one. Musayama faster off the block. Looks for the two arms on the inside and spins Takanowaka over the edge. So the referee objects. Now who goes out first here? Difficult to say. You have to watch very carefully the feet. Looked to me just like Musayama touchdown. Well, no. The umpire there says it was Dotai. They both fell down at the same time, so it's a Torinoshi or a rematch. Now, how will this one play? Now, Takanowaka there, a little bit too quick off the mark. There it is, Musayama rises a bit higher than Takanowaka, pushes from below and drives him over the edge, so Musayama gets that one on the rematch, although I must say I thought that he touched down first on that first bout. Let's watch that one. Drops in low, pushes up high, gets it pushing up at an angle upwards that keeps Takanowaka off balance and just hanging on the edge there, and finally over the edge. So it was the fifth loss for Takanowaka, and it was the 6th win for Musayama. Well, there you see the barber, the Tokuyama, doing the hair. All these rikishi get the attention of these specialist sumo barbers.